In July 2019, a bunch of grapes sold for 1.2 million yen at a Japanese auction. That's about 11,000 US dollars. For 24 grapes, that's $450 per grape. Meanwhile, at the grocery store, I'm trying to decide if $3.99 is too expensive. What parallel universe is Japan living in, where grapes cost more than my car payment? Hello, everyone. Welcome to Modern Grower, where today we're going to take a look at some of the world's most expensive produce. Look, I thought I was fancy when I bought $6 Honeycrisp apples at Whole Foods, but it turns out, in Japan, there are strawberries that cost $4 to $10 each. Not per pound, per berry. And before you say, "That's just rich people being ridiculous," these aren't gathering dust in stores. They're selling out. There's an entire economy built around fruit that costs more than Wagyu beef. So today, we're investigating 3 questions. How did fruit become a luxury product? What makes a watermelon worth thousands? And is this insanity spreading to America? If you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe and hit the bell because this is about to get juicy. Here's what breaks my brain. Japan imports roughly 60% of its food on a calorie basis. The country has less farmable land than California. They should have the most expensive regular produce in the world. Instead, they have 2 parallel fruit universes. Regular supermarket watermelon, 1,980 yen. Luxury department store watermelon, 5,400 yen. Same fruit, same country, nearly triple the price. But it gets more extreme. The most expensive fruit in Japan isn't some exotic import. It's stuff we grow in our backyards. Watermelons, grapes, strawberries. Take Ruby Roman grapes. According to Wikipedia, they launched in 2008 with insane standards. Each grape must weigh over 20 grams and have at least 18% sugar content. Premium bunches sometimes fetch over 1 million yen at auction. But here's the juicy question. Who's dropping thousands on grapes? And why? First, let's solve the mystery of who's buying this fruit. According to Business Insider, that record-breaking 1.2 million yen grape bunch bought by a hot springs inn operator. This isn't about hunger, it's about honor. In Japan, luxury fruit isn't food, it's currency, social currency. When you visit someone important, a boss, a client, a future in-law, you bring a gift. But not just any gift. As 9 News reports, these fruits are bought for special occasions as status symbol gifts. The gift needs to show respect, and nothing shows respect like giving someone something that costs more than their monthly groceries, but will rot in a week. It's brilliantly irrational. You're literally giving someone proof that you can afford to waste money on them. These auction purchases are driven by prestige and publicity. It's marketing disguised as produce. Here's where it gets interesting. Japanese luxury fruit isn't just expensive, it's mathematically perfect. According to Wikipedia, Ruby Roman grapes must meet these standards. Each grape must weigh more than 20 grams. It's about the size of a ping pong ball. Sugar content, minimum 18%. Perfect red color, flawless skin. Only grapes meeting all of these standards get the Ruby Roman label. The rest, sold as regular grapes. Crown melons have similar intense grading, perfect mesh patterns, precise requirements, and exact sugar content. One farmer told the documentary crew, "We grow many melons to find the perfect one." Here's how farmers achieve this perfection according to agricultural reports and documentaries. Step 1. One plant, one fruit. Farmers remove every melon except one per plant. All of the plant's energy goes into that single fruit. A normal plant might produce 4 to 6 melons. These farmers get 1. Step 2. The daily ritual. Growers follow ultra-strict practices, daily rotation for even sun exposure, and precise harvest timing. Some farmers claim to massage their melons daily. There's no scientific evidence this helps, but it's become part of the mystique. Step 3. The protection protocol. Each melon gets individual shading covers to prevent sunburn and ensure even coloring. Some operations use individual heating pads to control soil temperature within half a degree. Step 4. The 100-day countdown. Crown melons are harvested at exactly 100 days after flowering, not 99, not 101. Farmers track each flower individually. Miss the window, it's no longer premium grade. But does any of this obsessive care actually make the fruit taste better? Finally, we have the data. Sora News 24 ran a blind taste test with 8 reporters tasting 2 watermelons. The luxury department store watermelon, which costs 5,400 yen, against a regular supermarket watermelon, which costs 1,980 yen. Same variety, same day, blindfolded tasting. The results? 6 out of 8 testers, that's 75%, correctly identified the luxury watermelon. So yes, there is a difference you can taste. But here's the kicker. The tasters noted the differences were subtle, similar sweetness levels, just slight different textures. One felt more melon-like, the other more airy. Yes, it's better, but is it 3 times better for the price? Or are we tasting the story, not the fruit? Which brings us to the truth. Japanese luxury fruit isn't selling taste alone. It's selling something else entirely. According to Business Insider and 9 News, these purchases are about prestige and publicity for businesses, social status for gift givers, cultural traditions around perfect gifts, the story and craftsmanship behind each fruit. As that Hot Springs Inn operator demonstrated with their million-yen grape purchase, sometimes the publicity value alone justifies the price. One Tokyo fruit shop owner told reporters, "We're not just in the fruit business, we're in the gift business. This fruit is the medium." So here's where the investigation gets real. Real luxury fruit prices. Ruby Roman grapes, over 1 million yen for premium bunches. Department store watermelons, 5,400 yen versus 1,980 at a supermarket. Record auction prices driven by business publicity. You're not paying for the fruit, you're paying for a gift that shows ultimate respect, a marketing opportunity worth more than the fruit, agricultural art that took months to perfect, a cultural practice that turns produce into status symbols. But here's where it gets really interesting for us outside of Japan. The insanity is spreading. Korean farmers are now growing premium K-melons using Japanese techniques. In California, farmers are experimenting with single fruit growing for designer strawberries. British greenhouses are attempting to recreate Japanese growing conditions for luxury produce. The techniques are spreading. Whole Foods now sells $8 heirloom tomatoes grown with artisanal methods. Michelin-starred restaurants are demanding perfect produce from local farms. Instagram has created a market for aesthetically perfect fruit. A California farmer told reporters, "We studied Japanese methods. Now we're getting $50 for a single perfect tomato at farmers markets." Here's what's happening with the premium produce market globally. Luxury fruit sales increased 23% in the U.S. last year. Quote, perfect produce commands 300 to 400% price premiums. Young consumers are willing to pay more for Instagram-worthy food. The $50 tomato isn't just possible, It's already here, just not at the scale of Japan. Yet. Japanese luxury fruit is real. The prices? Verified. The taste? Slightly sweeter. But the real flavor? Prestige. It's about a culture that turned farming into art, gifts into status symbols, and convinced businesses that, yes, a grape can be worth $450 if it generates enough publicity and prestige. Is this coming to America? Look at your local Whole Foods. That $8 heirloom tomato, that's year one. The $25 quote, perfect peach at farmers markets, maybe year two. In 5 years, we might see our first $100 American melon. But hey, maybe that $50 tomato isn't just fruit. Maybe it's a mirror showing us what we really value. But that's just a thought and something modern growers should think about. And before you spend $450 on a single grape, remember, you're not just buying flavor, you're buying prestige. Remember to hit subscribe, and as always, I'll see you next time. Until then, be nice, be thankful, and do the work.